We will be having discussion with C. Anand Valera regarding why he opted for international taxation as elective subject. And just to brief you about him, he has cleared CA final very much recently in November 2019 attempt, and he is working in this field currently. However, while opting for this subject, at that time he was not having experience of international taxation. It is being said that this is very difficult subject and pass percentage is low, but still he opted for this. He cleared it out, and now he also landed in the job of international taxation as well. So let's start hearing from him what was his experience. So let's start. So Anand, my first question will be: you are not having experience of international taxation. You are not exactly aware what is there in this field. As a student, what was going through in your mind, and why you opted for international taxation as a subject? Because there were other
Okay,
options as
so
well.
first,
Right. Please start.
yeah. So first of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Actually, we should thank
I
you,
would
Anand,
say,
because it's not me who will be guiding students today. It will be you who will be guiding. You have cleared it very much recently in the latest attempt, and your guidance is what students will be requiring right.
yes. So there are mainly two reasons why I choose the elective subject as international taxation. The first reason is during the study of direct taxation, in that paper you are having approximately 30 marks weightage of international taxation portion. So at that point of time, I found the topics very interesting.
Great.
So first reason is that I found the interest in that field, so I choose the elective as international taxation. And the second main reason is while preparing direct taxation paper number 7, in 1.5 days of leave, you are having an advantage if you have selected elective paper as international taxation over the other elective papers selected by other students, because as in paper number 6 you have studied international taxation thoroughly and given the exam, so you just need to recall, or we can say revise, go through once on the topics of the international taxation. So the remaining portion of the direct taxation you can easily manage in 1.5 days preparation.
Okay. So main reason for you was direct taxation having overlapping uh, topics with this, and you found direct tax very much interesting, because of which the your interest for this field also came up. And even without having practical experience, you opted for this. How? And you mentioned that it assisted you in last day revision as well. So that was the main reason why you opted. But how important is the conceptual clarity? Because you were not having practical experience, you opted for this subject because you were finding it very much interesting. Finding interesting is very much fine. Finding it overlapping topic with other subject is also okay. But not having a practical experience, still getting through it. So what were your plan? How you managed to get the conceptual clarity? Because it is based on case study based approach. So what were your opinion regarding this?
Yeah, so I can say that one of my friend who gave the exam in May 19, he
Okay.
also opted for the international taxation paper. Yeah, yet he was not having any exposure in the same field, international taxation,
Okay,
and
great.
he also able to crack the examinations. So that give me a confidence that without having any practical experience in this field, I can still choose the subject and clear the examinations.
So definitely you are going to be
And
a motivation
another
for other set of peers.
Yeah, and another reason is that after clearing examination, if in your mark sheet you are having the elective subject international taxation, and you have plans to build your career in international taxation field, then it will be of advantage.
And how important is conceptual clarity?
Yeah. So in international taxation paper number 6C, almost 90% of the questions are based on case study. In we can say that no direct questions will asked. So you have to apply your mind, analyze the situation, correlate that situation with relevant sections and provisions, and then answer the questions accordingly.
Great. So in nutshell, if I'll say conceptual clarity.
I will give an example.
Yes, please.
In I guess my attempt, the first question was on indirect transfer. So they will give a particular situation like this company is holding this much share in this company, and subsequently the second company is holding shares in third company, and they will give a situation like value of shares and all, and you have to apply. And the question asked was whether taxability, whether capital gain will be liable or not.
Okay. So, are you able to see my screen or not?
Yeah.
You are able to
Yeah,
see
I'm
the
able.
screen? PPT you are
Yeah.
able to see?
It's visible.
So, in a summary is there on the screen. Hello? Anand?
Yeah.
Summary
Yeah, I
you can
am
see?
here.
Right. So, in a
Yeah.
summary format, if I'll say, you mentioned that simple provision will not be asked in this paper. One has to be conceptually clear. One must be having analytical skill to answer the question in this paper. And correlation of provision is very much necessary, which comes with the basic concept clarity. So the paper being an elective paper, which is practical oriented based on case studies, conceptual clarity is what student should aim for. This is what we comes to know. And one more thing, which from your experience, articleship experience is not required. If you're having interest in direct text, one can build their conceptual clarity and can crack this paper easily. So
Yes.
how many hours were you able to, how many hours you dedicated for this subject in first set of study, and how many revisions you did thereafter?
So I can say in first reading of international taxation, it takes approximately 10 days to go thoroughly from the module and solving the various case studies available, like past papers, mock test papers, etc. That will give you a confidence that you are able to analyze the situations and answer the questions.
So 10 hours in the first reading, and how you studied it along with direct text, or how it was?
Actually, in the first reading, I was focusing only on international taxation.
Okay.
While in second time and third reading, I study both together. So suppose in the first reading it takes 10 days. So in the next second reading, it will take around 7 days. Okay. You have to complete within 7 days. So, and after the third reading, you have to complete in 5 days. So this was the plan.
Okay, great. So you, for revision per se, you studied direct text along with international taxation. For first reading, you took around 10 days. And you also mentioned case studies of previous attempt and otherwise are most important things as well. For,
and try to give mock test paper if possible, because in other papers the duration will be of 3 hours, whereas in elective paper duration is of 4 hours. And from November 19 attempt, they are asking 5 case studies of 25 marks each. Out of that 5, you have to write on any 4.
Right.
So the main issue is selecting which 4 case studies you have to write during the examination.
So student will be having approx 1 hour for one case study, but choosing is a difficult task, you are informing. Because within 15 minutes, going through all 5 case studies is not something very much feasible. How much time is allowed? 15 minutes only reading time before exam? 15 minutes. On 1:45 you will get the question paper. Okay, great. So still
so try to give the mock.
Yeah, continue, please continue.
So try to give mock test paper if possible, so that you can get the idea that about the time management and whether you are able to complete the paper within the time slot and
So
your
all
approach in the final examination.
Great. So although exam is of 4 hours, students will get only 15 minutes only for reading, and they have to select 4 out of 5. Otherwise, their main exam time will go into vain. So next question for you.
Yeah, and I will say that paper might be lengthy. In my attempt, the question paper was of 40 pages.
Okay.
So if the paper come lengthy, do not panic. Just read the individual case studies and try to identify that which 4 case study you will be answering.
Okay.
In that, one may choose approach that in which 4 case studies they are having the in MCQ they are having the most. Uh, I can say that they are confident in MCQs, so they can select the case studies based on MCQ.
Okay.
Some student may select case studies on the basis of not MCQ but the descriptive portion, which is of 15 marks.
Okay. So 10 marks
Or else
MCQ is there for
some,
each case study.
yeah, each case study.
Okay.
So my approach during the paper was like in which case studies I am very much confident about the MCQ part.
Okay.
So within the 5 case studies, the MCQs of which 4 case studies are very, I found very confident that case study I have selected to answer.
Great. That was nice observation which you have shared with us. Definitely students will get benefited from this, and they should try
Yeah, it's
it during
depend
the mock
on,
test, because while doing
yeah,
the mock test they'll get to know themselves that if they are able to get the MCQ right, whether still they are able to get the main paper right or not. The other 15 marks
yeah.
is also important. So while doing mock, you'll actually get the taste of how it should be selected.
Yeah, some may also choose the depending on the average of the two. I can say, Mallav, in from 5 MCQ, I am able to answer the two MCQ correctly, and from remaining 15 marks of descriptive, I am pretty much sure about 7 to 10 marks. So one can select based on that approach also.
Okay. It can be mixed, but first thing, if
Yeah,
it is done on the basis of MCQ, if during mock test they are able to do, means this will be their decision. We are just guiding them. But one approach can be they should try and test during the mock test, which is very much important.
yeah.
That is when
So
you should
that
apply
they
it
can get the
finally.
clarity.
Right, exactly. It was a great advice, Anand. So next question will be, you mentioned you were not having articleship experience. You cleared your doubt, conceptual clarity because of having interest in this subject. You were able to plan about the paper. You were able to do various mock tests. That was all regarding clearing CA final. But what about post CA final? When you went for interview, definitely you are having international taxation. Your resume will be shortlisted, most probably will be shortlisted. But what next? What was there in interview which you found that this job became because mainly because of having international taxation?
Yeah. So if you want to go in Big Four or else big corporates or MNCs, I can say that they demand the practical experience during the articleship portion.
Okay.
So if we are not having articleship experience in this field, your chances of selection will be less as compared to others who are having the articleship experience.
Okay.
So I can say that you can get the job in
Tier two
local
firms.
in CA firms. Yeah.
Right.
So in CA firms, and after the having experience of around 1 or 2 years in CA firm, you can apply for the Big Fours or corporate if you want.
Right. So starting step will be CA firms if you are not having articleship experience, but future will be good.
Yeah.
So, what was your interview experience based on? How
So
how?
during the
Yeah, please continue.
yeah during the interview, as the firm in which I have selected is basically in direct tax, international taxation, and FEMA work
Great.
only. So during the interview, I was asked that why you select this elective as a international taxation in spite of you are not having any practical experience.
Okay.
So they consider interview application based on the elective paper also. Shortlisting criteria is also depending on that.
Okay.
And
Great.
the questions asked were like on basis of the theoretical knowledge I have gained. One question was brief about the indirect transfer and its applicability and amendments made in direct tax after the Supreme Court's judgment in Vodafone case law. Another question was like if you are making payment of commission to non-resident, then withholding tax will apply under which section?
Great. So it was
And
since you were not
few
having
was
practical
detectable.
experience,
Yeah.
they asked you about theory. They checked your theory, how good it is. They checked your concepts, and you were able to crack for tier 2 CA form. And future will definitely
Yeah.
be bright. We'll be
They
getting
also ask about the transfer pricing, that basic understanding of the transfer pricing, master file, what is master file, how arm's length price is calculated, etc., etc.
so everything was there in your CA final syllabus, which they asked, right?
Yeah. So if you are not having articleship experience and still you are interested in this field and want to explore in this field in future, then you can get a job in a mid-size firm also based on your theoretical knowledge.
Great. So how good do you feel the scope is this there in this field in future? How good you feel?
Yeah, so with increasing cross-border transactions and newly incorporated legislature and provisions like multilateral instruments, equalization levy in Financial Act 2020, also the rapid changes are happening in the field of international taxation. So there will be more demand of the experts in this field.
Great. So future is bright for sure, and definitely MLI has impacted a lot. Currently, it is applicable for 28 jurisdiction. It is going to increase from next year. Compliance burden definitely will be there. Completely agreed. There is going to be demand under this field. More and more CAs
Yes.
will get job and they will flourish. Definitely. It was a great time talking to you. Anyone having any question, they can raise their question. So we'll close the session now. Thank you, Anand. It was a great time
Yeah.
talking to
Thank
you.
you.
Definitely, your views will be benefiting the CA students, and hopefully, if they'll choose this subject, they'll know what to do, how to do, and what strategy to be implied for selecting the optional question case study. And they should definitely do mock test as well.
Yeah, if you have chosen this subject as elective, then for sure give the mock test paper to get the basic understanding of the examination pressure as well as the time management.
Just to add on to this, CA students, it's not for this subject only. Mock test paper are important for other subjects as well. This is just a declaration. And one more thing, at least one mock test paper you should do in exam environment. That will be the best thing for you for your preparation. And all the best, Anand, for your future interviewers, and all the best, all the CA students who have watched this video. And
Yeah,
definitely,
thank you,
Anand's
Nitin.
experience will be
And
benefiting by
one
this.
last thing,
Yes, please.
to add that if you are finding paper lengthy, don't panic in the examination hall. It
Okay.
will be manageable, still manageable.
It is sometimes said regarding CA exams, if paper is lengthy, that doesn't mean it is tough. It might be easy.
Tough, yeah,
It
easy.
just appears. हाथी के दांत दिखाने के और खाने के और वाला रहता है CA फाइनल में. Don't panic.
Yeah,
Go through it easily. Select the case study which you are not willing to opt based on the strategy informed by Anand, or the strategy whichever you want based on 15 marks or based on mixed approach. Do that selection. First thing which should be done is eliminate the question, eliminate the case study which you don't want to do, and accordingly proceed with it. You are having around 1 hour for each case study. That is sufficient time for you to solve it and clear this exam with good marks. Thank you, Anand, for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Great. We'll close it now. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thank you.